If you are new to TradingView and you have just installed the desktop app or opened it in your web browser, well, TradingView initially can look complicated. And you may not know exactly what features you need, what features to disregard, and how to get started. So in this tutorial, what I want to do is I want to introduce you to TradingView, and I want to introduce the main features to you so that you can immediately start analyzing charts, playing around with the different layouts, formats, and everything. To get started, we need to open a chart. So what you do is you head to the top, click on the plus. Here I'm going to select a default chart. And now I have just opened another chart with Euro USD Forex currency pair. To change this, we go here to the top left hand corner for the symbol search. And here you can choose certain stocks, funds, futures, crypto, Forex, and so on. And in this tutorial, I am going to select, let's say, something like this, Euro AUD currency pair for Forex trading. Okay, and my chart is open. The default that has been opened on my layout is here, the 1 hour chart view. But depending on your trading style, you can change this. So you can go to 4 hour charts, you can go to higher, say even weekly charts if you want, or you can go down 15-minute charts, 5-minute charts, or 3-minute charts, and I think there's 1 minute as well. Here we go. However, keep in mind that on a lower time frame, you will get more signals, but a lot more noise. Whereas on the higher time frames, say 4 hours time frames, you will get less signals, of course, but the structure is more reliable and the signals will be more reliable. Okay, so I've opened my chart and I'm on a 4 hour chart. I would like to add something. I would like to record a trend line and maybe support and resistance zones. So here's what I will do. I will go to the top left hand corner again, and here I can click and hold, and it shows me all of the different lines that I can add. So I will select a trend line, and then I can just click and drag, and here's my trend line. So this is a trend line, or actually I can draw another trend line, and then we have a full channel. So as you can see, the trend line, this is the upper resistance zone, and then lower support of this channel. The price bounces between these two. Finally it breaks out, and instead of breaking out and going up, it goes into a consolidation. Now so these are the trend lines. Let's add a support and resistance. Again, top left hand corner, click and drag, and I will select a horizontal line. And I can see that there is something happening here because the price got broken through here, but it touched it here, here, and here. Now let's move the pricing across. Okay, so this was a trending market. Here we have a consolidation, and we can see that there is a nice support level here, and the resistance level, well, here's the upper resistance level. Price was trading between these two. If you are interested more in trend lines or support and resistance levels, I have separate tutorials where I go into details how to find these points and how to analyze them. Next, I think my chart could benefit with a few indicators. All I need to do is I go here to indicators, and then I can do a search, but there are literally hundreds of technical indicators that you can choose from. Here you have the top indicators, trending indicators, and there are a lot of different strategies out there. You will need to find out what works for you, what you're most comfortable with. I like sometimes to go with what's easy, so let's add a moving average. And I will just add a simple moving average into the chart. And as you can see, this blue line, this is the moving average of a 9 period. I think I would like something a little bit better. So I right click on this, click on settings, and I want this to be more visible. I'll add a purple color and I'll make the line thicker. And I also want it a little bit more long-term oriented than 9 days. So I click on inputs and I will select, say, a 150 period simple moving average. And the moving average is great because it is a trend indicator and we can see whether we have a trend or we have a consolidation. And when you see a pattern like this where the price frequently just goes past the moving average, above and below it, this is a consolidation market. Now if we go across and we see something like this, this is a trending market. The price stays below the moving average. If the price goes above the moving average, like it did here, there is a chance that we have a future uptrend coming. Okay, that's one indicator. Let's add another indicator. Let's add an oscillator this time. A popular one is, well, RSI is probably the most popular one, and I've seen a lot of tutorials on it. But let's do this one, Williams percentage range. It is similar because it is an oscillator, but as you can see, it opens a separate window here, and then we have an oscillator indicator and a momentum indicator here. Indicators are actually great analysis tools because they help to see the volatility, the trend, the momentum. But with indicators, it is a personal preference decision and you'll need to play around with this. Find the indicators that you find most relevant to you, that you're comfortable with, and then you can easily add them into the chart. And that leads on to the next thing I wanted to cover is, what do you do once you have set up your chart? So once you have not just set up your chart, but once you have, say, opened, say, a stock, a crypto, or different currency pairs, and you have set up the look exactly how you want it, then next thing that you need to do is you can save the layout so that every time you close the browser or close the application, it won't get reset. So the way that you do this is you go to the top, and here we have the save button. So we can just click on save. Alternatively, if you want separate chart layouts, then click over here and then you can create a new layout. And here I just have two basic layouts here, but you can create a new layout, call it as you want, and then it's saved. So every time you log in, you can load your layout again. Now I want to show you a cool feature of TradingView. Let's go to the price. Okay. Let's assume that we think the price is going to go up at this point. However, we want it to go back a little bit, and around about the moving average level, that's where we want to buy. But I do not want to stay in front of the monitor and observe the price endlessly. That will just waste my time and it will cause a lot of stress if you're just sitting in front of the monitor, just observing charts, waiting for the price finally to hit your point. There is a very good solution for this, and it's called alerts. So basically we have the level here, we right click on it and add alert to the Euro AUD at this price range. Click on it, and we want the crossing to be, we just want crossing in this case, so doesn't matter whether the price goes up or down, we just want it crossing and we want to be notified about that. And what we can do is we can add a custom message here and now select that notification. Now this is pretty useful depending on the time frame you're trading at, especially if you're trading 4-hour time frames, daily time frames. Then the notification will be very valuable, and you can set it up so it sends the push notification to your mobile app or the desktop application, or what I found is useful is you can send it directly to your email. And this is good because if you're trading 4 hours or daily charts and you're busy at work, at the end of the day you can just open your inbox and you will see all the notifications in your inbox about potential trades. So I think this is very useful. And then we create the alert. As you can see, this is the alert. Once the price reaches it, then we will be notified, then we can observe the price and if something, enter it. If we want to remove the alert, then we go to the right hand color on the clock icon. Here's our alert and I can delete it. If you want to enter a position and you want to mark down the entry point, the stop loss and the profit, TradingView has a very convenient solution for that. We go to the left hand column and click and drag here, and then here you can select whether you want a long position or a short position. So I'm going to select a long position and I want it here. So this is the point where it can enter. The stop loss would be below the moving average, and then the take profit will be whatever I specify. This is useful if you're observing current prices and you're just testing to see if your trade would have been profitable. But also, let's see how it would look here. Let's say we wanted to enter the price here. I'll enter another long position here. This is also useful because it shows you how your trade would have gone. As you can see here, so if we entered at this point, we can see exactly how the trade would have gone, whether it is profitable or if it is a loss. So this is actually, it's a nice, cool visual display, and it shows you how the trade would have gone, but it also shows you the risk-reward ratio. I use this especially for calculating the price levels, and the risk-reward ratio, this is most important. Another super useful feature of TradingView is how easy it is to backtest your strategy. Now, when you observe all of the... Actually, I'll open a different chart. Okay, we have a chart here. And when you can see the historical data, it is very easy to say, oh, look at this. There's something that looks like a flagpole here. This is the flag. This is the flagpole. It means that we can enter here and we would definitely have made a profit here. What I mean is that it's so easy to look at historical data, and when you know the results of the trend, it's easy to see great entry points. Actually, you could even say that there's a double bottom here. So I'll show you what I mean. It goes like this. This is the first bottom. Then we have the second bottom here. We can draw a neckline. This is actually a part of the double bottom strategy. I have a separate tutorial and I discussed that. What I mean is, if you can see all of the historical data, it's very easy to analyze the chart. And I don't think that is the best way to do backtesting. It messes with you, and if you find a great strategy but then trade it on an actual price chart, you may be disappointed. So in TradingView, what you do is you want to hide all of the future results. So you go here, and this is called the replay feature. Click on it, and then you can select where you want to start. And TradingView hides all of the future price charts. And then when we have a price like this, then we can enter, for example, a long position here. Let's say we can set up a stop loss here, take profit. I want, let's say 2 to 1. Okay, and then I can click on play to see what would happen. Or if it's moving too fast or too slow, I can change the replay speed. Alternatively, I can just move it 1 bar at a time. Okay, and I find this is a very, very useful feature for testing your strategy, because it removes all of this bias that your brain makes when you see all of the results. And that brings me to the end of this tutorial, and I would like to tell you that don't try to learn everything at once. I've shown you the essentials of TradingView here, and once you learn these, then you can slowly expand and look at the other features. But what I have showed you is the bare essentials that you need to get started trading right now. I hope you have found this useful and good luck in your charting.